Good morning, everyone. It is time for our next edition of Tiger Eye Talk. And today we have the pleasure of talking with Kelly White. She is the co founder and managing partner of Connecting Hearts Travel. And I'm super excited to learn a lot more from Kelly and about Super Connections Heart Travel for sure. As well, she is the managing director of Central Rhode Island's chapter of Polka Dot Powerhouse. Some of you may have heard of that. I have heard a lot of great things about Polka Dot Powerhouse, so that's awesome. It is a global connection company. If you have not heard of Polka Dot Powerhouse before, as I have, it is a global connection company where they connect with so many different women all over. She has been married for 32 years, and she is the mother of two amazing adult daughters. That's awesome. Her passion is helping people stay connected in deep and meaningful ways, especially mothers and daughters. That's super awesome. Welcome, Kelly. How are you today?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself a little bit further, talk about your business and how you help others through your travel business.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Connecting Hearts Travel is the creation of my youngest daughter and I, Abigail. We started a travel business because we are very passionate about helping people stay connected in deep and meaningful ways. And we actually focus on mother-daughter travel, mothers that have teens and adult children who are, spreading their wings and kind of pushing away a little bit to find their own path. Traveling with them is a way to kind of stay connected in a deep way, in a meaningful way, without really pushing to have that connection. You're out discovering together, growing together. Spontaneous conversations just naturally happen while you're out in the world. And we firmly believe that, the family who travels together stays together, to coin a cliche.
Absolutely, yes, they do. It's amazing. So, can you give us a little bit more, maybe, of the specifics of how you actually do this, how women and daughters can connect with you and plan their travels?
Yep. So we usually start off with like an intake interview with the mom. That's generally our ideal client. Mothers are usually trying to, find ways to stay connected with their children. And we find out what the goal of the trip is. What is the actual goal? Are you trying to bridge a tough relationship? Are you just trying to go discover something new? Are you trying to surprise your daughter? Or if it's the daughter surprising the mother, and we find out the goal of the trip, where you want to go, and we design it based on your likes and dislikes. Um, it's a lot of Q&A questions to kind of get to the nitty gritty of what it is you want to do and where you want to go, and then design the trip so that you're traveling to that location and discovering little bits about each other.
Awesome.
It's
So,
really
do you
ideal if we
actually?
can get both the mother and the daughter, because then my daughter can talk, Abigail talks to the daughter. We kind of ask each other, what do you want to learn about each other while you're away, and try to introduce something specific about each other.
Oh, that's awesome. So awesome. So, do you actually schedule the trip also through your business?
So we plan and book all of the arrangements. Yes.
Awesome. 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 So, give us an idea of some of the places maybe some of your clients have traveled to.
So we actually have a mother-daughter leaving this Thursday. They're going to spend 3 weeks in Italy. It's her daughter just graduated from high school this past weekend, and before she goes off to college, they're going to go and explore Italy for 3 weeks together. They're starting off in, geez, I should know this. I'm sorry. They're starting off in Rome, and then they're moving on to Florence, and then heading to Acluzone, which is a very small town, but she has a client there, and they're going to be able to stay in the house and explore that area before coming home. Her daughter's actually going to be staying over in Europe to go to school, and then she's coming home.
Wow, what an experience I'm sure that will be for
Right.
that mother and daughter.
We also plan smaller, just weekends away in the U.S. or cruises. I mean, we've planned a ton of different things for mothers and daughters, actually.
Awesome. So, how long have you and your daughter been doing this? How long has this business been?
So we've been in business since the end of 2017. and we are just starting to hit our stride again post COVID, because travel and
Yes.
COVID, we all know what happened there. So
Awesome. That is awesome. So, what is the number one takeaway that some of your clients have shared from their experiences?
um, really, it's the quality time and the discussions that naturally have happened. The things that sometimes, especially with a teen daughter, there are just conversations you want to have with your child and it's awkward or forced. And when you're out kind of exploring in the world, some of those topics just naturally come up based on what you encounter. And the conversations flow easily when you're out there talking about it, where it's not something that you've brought up to have kind of have this awkward conversation, and it just kind of comes into play because you're traveling. And then just the memories, like you can't take away the fact that you had private quality time, whether it's 1 day, 3 days, or 3 weeks. It's something you always have.
Now, is your primary focus just mothers and daughters, or do you also do maybe a mother and a son as well?
We actually plan travel for mostly anybody who kind of comes across our doorstep. People have referred us out to groups and families and girlfriend trips. If we are able to take the book of business at that time and be able to service them in the way that we like, we will help anybody travel. The world is a little scary to navigate right now with all of the different rules and things like that. So we definitely will help anybody plan travel, but our sweet spot is for sure the mother and daughters.
Awesome, awesome. So, how many trips have you and your daughter taken personally?
Oh, geez, several. So, I mean, she's 27, so we've obviously taken trips when she was younger as a family, but her and I specifically have taken several trips together. We did a family trip in 2019. We all went over to Venice and we got on a cruise in the Greek Isles, and then we sent the rest of the family home, and her and I hopped over to Amsterdam and did a river cruise and kind of, did that thing together, which was really awesome. Last year in the spring, we took a 3 week road trip. We drove cross country and we just let kind of wherever the wind blew us. We got in the car and was like, we're taking a road trip. We're going out west because we live on the East Coast. And we started off in Washington, D.C., and then drove across the bottom, stopped in Oklahoma City for a couple of days. Then we went to New Mexico, up to Colorado, where we fell in love and stayed for like 8 days in Colorado before we turned around and came home. So we travel frequently together.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, what are some tips you can give some of our viewers? If they are maybe wanting to reach out to you, maybe what they may need in place, some information they may want to bring to the conversation with them.
Um, if they wanted to reach out to us, definitely have a clear cut idea of where do you want to go. Going, calling a travel advisor and saying, I want to go someplace warm doesn't give us a lot of information. There's a lot of warm places. So, basically before you call, have an idea of the location that you want to go to, what the goal of your trip is, and kind of know your travel style. Are you a beach lover? Are you a museum lover? Are you, into beer and wine? Are you active? Do you want adventure? That kind of information is very helpful and it streamlines the process. Know your budget. Um, Things travel since COVID, unfortunately, like everything else in the world, has increased about 40%. So if you're traveling for the first time since everything shut down, realize that what you could do for $3,000, pre-COVID is not the same. It doesn't look the same, unfortunately.
Awesome, awesome. Um, so, is there anything like a freebie that you offer to maybe new clients that may be interested in connecting with you?
We do charge a planning fee, a design fee, and we usually offer a $50 to $100 discount for our first time clients on that design fee, depending on how large the trip is. The design fee fluctuates. For instance, the 3 week trip in Italy, where we're navigating lots of changes and things like that, is a much more pricier design fee than if we're planning a 4 day trip or a cruise, for instance.
Awesome, awesome. So, how can some of our viewers connect with you if they would like to connect with you and maybe have a conversation?
So our website is connectingheartstravel.com. And we do have a contact form right on there where you can reach out to us. My email is also kelly@connectingheartstravel.com. And our telephone number is 401-932-9066.
Awesome. Awesome. So, anyone interested in traveling, especially if you're a mother and daughter duo, reach out to Kelly and get more information from her. If you have questions, maybe about anything that she has shared here with us today, I'm sure her or her daughter would be happy to answer any questions you may have around what they do and how they can help you. Oh my goodness, Kelly, this was so awesome. I loved learning about what you do, and I actually may be signing up for one of those conversations soon.
Excellent. We'd love to help you.
Yes. So if you're interested in booking a destination, a travel, a trip, get a hold of Kelly and her daughter, and they will definitely be more than happy to help you plan that trip and navigate that trip so that you can have the best experience possible. Right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kelly, so much for being here with us today. I really enjoyed this conversation and learning a whole lot more about what you do. And we definitely are going to stay connected. So if anyone is interested, you go ahead and reach out to Kelly and she'll hook you up with your travel experience.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.